Landing on a carrier sure does look easy in this little clip, but really it's a product of a whole big bunch of lining up and working hard to get there. Well, we're going to start off about 1,000 feet at altitude, around 120 miles an hour. Ship a little wider than wingtip there. Not much throttle at all, about 35%. The combat flaps are a good idea, and when that ship is about halfway through that back window, we're going to head and turn left. Using our rudders for coordinated turn, we're going to go ahead and lower those flaps out. Straight as she goes. Landing flaps when you're even with the ship around 100 miles an hour, about 20 miles an hour over stall. Now here we go on the back side. Now once again, when the ship splits that back window, we're going to go ahead and do another coordinated turn. Let it settle on down, about 35% throttle. Flare as we cross the back of the ship. Try to keep your eyes open. Okay, here we go. There's that carrier down there. He's just a little bit about the size of a wingtip there. Let's keep him down in there. Now we're not going very fast at all. Here we are about 140. We're going to slow way down off of that. About 100 miles an hour is our target speed here. As you can see, we're about straight and level. Combat flaps are out, and nose just a little bit high. Now as we start to slow down just a little bit and he gets to where he's in the back of our rear view mirror, we're going to go ahead and pop some flaps here. Slow us down even more. Try to keep the nose just a little bit down. Try not to raise too much altitude. And as we do that coordinated turn, which means that you'll see the rudder comes in just a little bit here, but that little ball goes in there. We crank the gear down, and while the nose is a little high and we're turning and we're descending, we're not slipping through the air. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and move on around. We're going to be on the far side of him when we go, and there he is. Brother, if you ain't thought of a good excuse to buy a track IR, this is it right here. Things get a whole lot easier in this mess. Now as you can see, we're exactly on the other side of him, and we'll move forward just a little bit. At 90 miles an hour, this is a real slow track, which is good, but megabytes is money, and folks on dial-up, you have my apologies. As you can see here, we're going about 100 miles an hour. As we get even with that carrier, we're going to go ahead and pop the rest of our flaps. There they go, right on cue. And wait until he splits that rear of the mirror. Now watch this. Just about the time he gets about halfway through that, we're going to go ahead and do another one of those little coordinated turns. Now we've slowly been descending the whole time, and you'll see there on that little thing in the middle, it's about a 30-degree bank. That little ball's right in the center, just the tiniest bit of rudder, tiny bit of back pressure, and you can see we're rotating nice around to line up with him. Take the time and do this racetrack, because it's the only way you're going to, well, it's not the only way you're going to land, it's the only way you're going to ensure you can land. Now you'll see here we've got the flaps the rest of the way out, and what we're going to do is we're going to take that reticle and we're going to start splitting halfway between the ship and the horizon with it. Now you see that we're just a little bit to the left of him here, because as you line up with him, guess what? You can't see the ship. So here we are in a slow decline. I'm going to bring it on down just a little bit. You can see we're descending, but we're pretty much straight and narrow. Now as we get right to the back of the ship, flare up, try to keep your eyes open, and you'll catch that wire just pretty as could be. This is how it looks from the outside of the plane. Here's that lineup just like we did. Remember we split the reticle there, we were just a little off center right towards the end. Don't do anything crazy right here, because you're just above the stall. Those fellas at the back of the ship are really brave in my estimation. And there's that flare. It caught the second wire. Look at that. By the way, I did not fly this. A good friend named Robus sent me the track, and boy, he sure did give me a big old smile, because I learned how to land on a carrier.